Howdy folks, this is Josh with Windsor's Outdoor Adventures. This is going to be an update on my hornady lock and load auto progressive press. I have now tried it and I've reloaded some 30-06 ammo on it, and here's my opinion on it. It works great. I have had no problems with it. I've reloaded. I had about 39 cases of brass. That's all I've did so far. And the powder measure, it works awesome. And it drops very accurate loads. We tested it there after we got it set. We did about 5 tests, see if it's going to throw accurate, and each one throwed accurately. And after we did a couple loads on the shells, we tested it again, and it didn't change. And it's a very smooth press, very little effort to do your loading, and I've got myself a few different accessories. What I've used to clean it, if some of you don't want to get the hornady one-shot gun cleaner and dry lube, this stuff works really good. All it is brake cleaner, and it removed the factory grease right now, and it dried in seconds. And it works well, and that's what I'll be using to do all my degreasing. The load I did, I did 3 different loads. I did about a bunch of 165 hollow points, 30-06 with 44 grains of powder, of IMR 4895 powder with CCI bench rest primers. I did about 3 110 grain 30 caliber and 30-06, about 50 grains of powder with a CCI bench rest, and the powder was IMR 4895. And I reloaded some 30-06 burgers hollow points, 168 grains with 44 grains of IMR 4895 and CCI bench rest primers. So priming, everything works really well on here. I never had to reseat these primers in. It's nice and flush. Really good seating on the primer. And well, I have a set of 30-06 dies by RCBS. I know they're not hornady, but they're my cousins and my uncles. They don't have a 30-06, so they're letting me use their dies there because I'll be reloading 30-06. And they've worked fine. I haven't got a chance to try my 7mm Red Mag dies yet, because I don't have the right shell plate. I'm going to be going to Edmonton pretty soon, and I'm going to see if I can get myself a shell plate, or a number 5 shell plate, so I can reload 7mm on it. I've also bought myself a digital caliper from Napa. It works really well. only for a fraction of the cost of the ones you buy from wholesale, Cabela's, or any of the other hunting brands like RCBS calipers or Hornady calipers. These I only paid about $17 compared to the $30 from hunting shops that have brand name calipers for reloading. This does exactly the same thing for the fraction of the cost. And if you want to know the seeding depth I did on the burgers, the seeding depth is 3.240 on the seeding depth, and on those other ones I did, the 165s, the seeding depth is 2.320, and 110s are 3.148. And I've got a few rounds here that when I was adjusting the seeding depth I got seeded too deeply, so I'm going to have to pull them and redo them. For some reason, I don't know what, it was just the only shower of the bunch. I think what happened, it may have been a shower that we used to measure the powder. I checked the powder and forgot to put it back into the place to put the powder back in, and we accidentally put a bullet. That was my fault, and it's a mistake. I put this into the dud bin. I have a dud bin here with a little paper saying bad rounds, need to pull, don't shoot. I put them offside to be pulled later, because I'll pull them right now, but I don't have the collets to pull them. When I go to Edmonton, I'm going to get the collets for the puller. I got the RCBS bullet puller. There's this one here, and I just have to get the collet for pulling the bullets. Then after I get that, I can pull those and redo them. So there, and I've got a few other things set up around here. I got a good idea, use your 4-liter or gallon buckets for your brass. This is full brass, half full brass, 127 mm brass to be reloaded. And yeah, I got a bucket for 30-06, but right now it's empty because I just reloaded them all. And of course I marked them what caliber brass they are, so I don't mix them up. Got myself a toolbox. I'll show you a bit of the press. Some of the stuff on the press right now is not mine, like the powder and primers. Here's the setup right now, and there's the case of bullets I've loaded. There's not much, and you'll see there's one 7mm, that's a factory load that I found there in my hunting stuff, and I just set it inside that box because I'm going to be just shooting off, because I don't really like them. They're not that accurate. Some people may say they're better than most rounds, but these are the Winchester Supreme with the Nosler silver tip ballistic tip, and they're not that accurate. For some reason it's not I think the bullet's not stabilized either. It's not stabilizing right, or the run out is too much run out on the bullet. So I'm just going to just shoot them off at a random target and take the brass to reload. So I just stuck in there, and I got some more upstairs I'm going to be putting in this case to shoot off. I've got basic reloading manual there. It tells you about your different powders and the pressures. My Hornady book, and this other one's my cousin's book that's on top of here. Remember, always wear safety glasses when you reload, just in case if a primer goes off. And if you have any questions about the press, just ask. If you have any, like I said, questions, something that you want to ask me about, question about my reloading setup I have, you just ask. Feel free to ask. Leave a comment down below, or send me a private message to my channel. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe's up above. Like and favorite this video. And have a safe day, and be safe reloading and shooting.